First of all, what a privilege to be in this space and at Carnegie Hall. And I want to thank our colleagues, Joanna, Massey, thank you for having us. Well, this is an opportunity for us to learn about the institutions, just as we spent some time at the Guggenheim with you this summer, and now at Carnegie Hall, but also it's an opportunity for us to learn what these institutions have to offer for our students. And you're going to have an opportunity to learn something about the great educational programs that may be available for your schools. So, first of all, thank you for being here. This is our second year of our four-year federal grant, Future Arts Initiatives. And you were all introduced to contemporary visual arts at the Guggenheim, and right now we're working with your teachers at the same institution. And we thought that we can also look at contemporary music and see how different art forms address contemporary and everyday issues. Why is it important for our students? How can we make education, the arts, but all other content areas more relevant for them? So what is contemporary art? It's difficult to define, but mostly is art started around after the 1970s, and it deals these days with living artists that explore issues that are relevant to all of us, such as can be economical, global issues, political, social, and so on. So there are plenty of connections to be made between different art forms, in this case visual arts and music. So I have with me my colleagues, Dr. Jerry James, our Director of Teaching and Learning from Center for Arts Education, and Hollis Hedrick, the founder of the Center for Arts Education and former director of the Weill Institute, Music Institute here at Carnegie Hall. So would you, Hollis, make some connections for us to music since you're a musician?
Thanks again for everyone coming. Joanna, I'm sure, will tell you about the Migrations Festival that's going on. And some of you may know that when we met with your teachers and some of the social studies teachers in one of the PDs that we had, one of the things that was really important to them and that they talked about a lot was this issue of migration because of your student population. And some of the teachers in the program are really now beginning to work around this topic. So that's one of the things that Carnegie Hall has just launched, this really citywide migrations program, and you'll hear about that. But Eva was talking about, well, what is contemporary art? Contemporary art is simply art that's being made right now. It's going to be made in a few minutes by the artists that you've been here today.
And by you, by all of us. Oh.
That's right, I forgot, by all of us. So it's not cerebral. It's not something that doesn't exist outside of your community. It's not something you have to go to a museum to hear. It's something that's created right down the street at the Jamaica Art Center, or it's right out the graffiti that you may love or you may hate. But the point is, we're really trying to get you and your teachers to understand that contemporary art is really a holistic process. It's happening everywhere, it happens all the time. What your kids are looking at this afternoon when they get out of school, some of them in school, they may be creating beats, they may be singing, and 10 minutes later that's already sent off to somebody else in their network. And then that person is then taking that piece of art and they're changing it and then sending it back to the first person or in their network. So this is the world we live in. And that's what's so exciting about contemporary art. So it's these linkages among topics, among issues, among media. One of the things that would be really great to see perhaps next year is how we can involve the music teachers that are in the program or get some of the teaching artists involved, thinking more outside of the box of visual arts and think more about media. Because almost all of, so much of what we see today is media arts. She's filming me right now. So if you look at your phone, that is probably one of the greatest works of contemporary music and art in our existence, because it involves all these different kinds of media. So I just want you to think about that today. And you're in great hands with Joanna's team, Tom Cabanis, Aaron Siegel in the back. These are folks that really know their stuff. You are very lucky to be here. This is probably the premier performing arts institution in the world, and not just because of the famous Carnegie Hall, which we're sitting on top of, but because of the extensive education programs that go everything from the youngest kids all the way to incarcerated adults and youth. So it's a very, very vital program, which Joanna will tell you some more about. So give your full attention to the artists who are performing today. It's a really special occasion.
Thank you, Hans. And before I give it to Jerry, you were talking about multi-arts and connections, media connections, but what a great opportunity to cross-curricular connections. Because no matter, and you're going to see it today in a workshop when you do a hands-on activity on migration, you can make natural connections to language arts, social studies definitely, but even science, math, and I cannot think one content area where you cannot make meaningful connections. So you will see how contemporary art is really relevant to our students. So, Dr. James, would you talk about a little bit about visual arts connections?
Just quickly, 2 tough acts to follow here at Carnegie Hall. Now we can all say perform at Carnegie Hall. And it's great to see colleagues here from other organizations, folks I've worked with for years. So this is a great moment for the Center for Arts Education when Eva and her team and I wrote this grant proposal to the federal government. It seemed like kind of a far-fetched idea, and we promised a whole district. We promised more diversity in curricula. We promised, more technology. And so 2 years into it, from where I sit, it's a real pleasure to see that it's actually happening. Because there is that moment when you build the house and you're afraid it's going to fall down. And so the reason it's working is because of you folks. And I'm looking forward to our event on May 4th and the next 2.5 years, because Art 21 came to us recently. I don't know if you're familiar with that program about contemporary art, and other folks from around the country have reached out and said, hey, you guys, Center for Arts Education, you're the only ones who are focusing on contemporary visual arts in schools. And then Eva came to me and said, I told this to Eva, she says, yeah, but we're not just doing that, we're going to be at Carnegie Hall. And I said, well, what does contemporary music have to do with contemporary visual arts? She said, think outside the box, Jerry. Get real. Just think about all the multimedia art and all of the connections, performance art, all the kinds of overlap that happens, what Hollis was talking about. So I'm thrilled that you had this concept, and I'm thrilled that everybody's here. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And Joanna, would you like now to take over?